screaming and loud laughter.
All right, guys, we have a treat for you today. We're going to have a special guest. So if you would join me and welcome our special guest, Mr. Lou, former Morgan Stanley stockbroker. I'm so sorry. Mr. Lou, former Morgan Stanley stockbroker. Please welcome him to the show.
Happy to be here.
Mr. Lou is here to help us with our financial endeavors.
Gonna try.
He is an expert.
Now, don't put the expert label on there. Don't put the.
Financial. Let's say he has his hand in a little bit of finances, a little bit of real estate. So we're gonna see, what he can offer us, our listeners. Mr. Lou, I really appreciate you being here with us, or we appreciate you being here with us today.
I'm happy to be here. Nice to be here with you ladies.
You're the first millionaire I know.
hey, don't be telling people.
Yeah, talking too much, huh?
Millionaire. He go to the club.
This is not that type of party.
Well, let me correct her.
Professional.
Yeah, we don't do that over here. We don't go to the club to do that. We purchase income producing assets over here. How about that? Right. we don't throw money at asses.
Right. So Mr. Lou, can you give us a little bit of your background?
Background like everyone else, grew up poor, raised by my grandparents. So I got to see life from an older perspective, the importance of being ready for retirement age and being ready when you get older to, retire with dignity.
Retire with dignity. Man, I promise I want to do that. I promise. All right, so we have two handfuls of questions. So we want to go ahead and get into that. I have a 401k, a Roth IRA, and a traditional IRA. What do you think are the top 3 ways to save for retirement?
Yeah, they all are good. The difference between them all are just really the tax benefits with the IRAs and the 401ks. So you can't go wrong with either one of them. You should have all 3, without a doubt.
All right. Now, if you had to swap one of those out, would you say that you would try and plug in real estate or like stocks and bonds? Like, what if somebody like, I don't want to mess with the IRAs like that?
Well, it all depends on the person, the individual, and that temperament. So when you own real estate, you got to deal with people, and some people don't want to deal with people, right? So you got to be ready to unclog toilets. You got or know somebody that will go and unclog toilets for you and things of that nature, right?
Right.
So and then the stocks, you got to be mindful about what that company's doing. So it all depends on the person how you want to go about growing your wealth. So you can't. There's no one size fits all. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
With that one.
All right, gotcha. So what percentage do you think one should save for retirement?
Oh, well, you should save at least 10%, and that's just not for retirement. That's for life in general.
Okay.
So when we save for retirement, you also want to be. So when you save in those vehicles with the IRAs and the 401ks, you can only pull them out for certain events, right? So you want to make sure you have other vehicles to be able to pull money out for everyday life if unexpected problems come about.
Emergency savings account.
Right.
All right. Now, how would you say? So you said you recommend 10%. Now, how would
10% saving from your paycheck? Yeah, that's bare minimum. You got to do that.
All right. So would you break that down a certain percentage? like I have, I don't know, maybe 20% so there's like, I got 7% here, 8% here, 5% in somewhere else. Like, how would you break down that 10% for somebody just starting out?
Well, for just starting out, I would put the 10% minimum on one thing.
Okay.
So if you're 20 years old, I would start with one thing. You don't want to overwhelm yourself.
Right.
And then you branch out as you get older, you get more knowledge, you get more understanding of, and you get more aware of who you are and where you want to go with life.
All right. So to retire at 65, what age do you think that you should start?
With the day you were born. So in my thought of, my feeling is, when everyone's born, someone should put aside some money.
Right.
Because it's not really how much, it's time in, right? So appreciation is what you want to get. Okay. It don't matter if it's stocks, it don't matter if it's real estate, because we all know things normally tend to go up over the years, right? So we also want income producing things, right? So it's not okay, or it's not, in my opinion, it's not good enough just to buy something and then when you want money, you sell that something. Yeah. And now you have nothing left, right? Yeah. Once you spend it all. So you want to buy something that's going to generate income consistently with the rental properties, with dividend paying stocks, things like that. Certificate of deposits, some people don't want to do stocks or real estate with the interest rates going up, but you want something that's going to generate income as well as go up.
Right. All right, so for most of us, you know, our parents or grandparents aren't like saving from the beginning. So if somebody's hearing this now, obviously if you're in your 30s and 40s, you need to begin now. But say if you're early 20s, like you would just, you know, as soon as you get a job, just go in and try it.
As soon as you get a job, pick up cans, do whatever you got to do. Side hustles, all that money counts. A little bit turns into a lot after a while.
Right.
So you can never start too small. I mean, you hear a lot of different people with the $5 a day investment plan. That's the most simplest thing in a thing called the S&P 500, ticker symbol SPY. Can't get much simpler than that.
All right. So I know that Kai uses Red Robin. She uses Robinhood to purchase stocks, and I have a Fidelity account. What are your top 3 companies to purchase stocks from?
They all do the same thing. So it's like going to Walmart or Target. You know, you still got to buy whatever you're going to buy within that building, right? So they all do the same. As long as you can buy fractional shares for those who don't have lump sum money, that's all you really should care about.
Can you give
or a reputable company, because you don't want to get somebody who's going to may go under, right?
Right.
Being bankrupt.
He always told me, buy what you use.
And that's it. Right. Yeah, buy what you use. Yeah, you drink Pepsi, buy Pepsi. You drink Coke, buy Coke. You go to Walmart, buy Walmart.
All right. Can you give us a little bit more on like fractional stocks? Can you break that down just a little bit?
Fractional shares is where you can invest only $5. Some places like Cash App, I think you can do as low as $1. Where you don't. So if you want to buy, like we just said, buy what you know, what you use. If you like Target's $100 stock. You might not have $100 to put in to buy a whole share, so you can buy $5 of that company and still reap the benefits of the dividends and everything else that they give out. But you're not buying that whole share; you're buying part of that share, fractional. So as you build and you grow and you add more, you know, you'll get to that whole share, and then on and on and on, so forth.
Okay.
So compounding interest is one thing that we all should be very aware about. We should all want to participate in, right? So let time work for you. So when that money comes in, you reinvest that money, and then so if I put it in an investment and I get $100, I put that $100 right back into it. So next time I'll get $110. Next time I get money interest off of that $110, it'll be $115 now, and so forth and so forth.
All right. So for beginners, how much money would you say you would start with for your first stock? you just go with the $5.
I would go with that because most people are nerds. If you never heard about it, you don't know anything about it. Go with something that you're okay with. You won't be looking at it every day, every second, worried about.
Yeah.
So start with the $5 a day, watch it grow, and I guarantee you, once you see it grow, you'll be like, oh shit, I'm gonna put $10 now. We're gonna go with 20 now.
Yeah. That's what I found. Just in life in general, for me, patience is everything.
Yes.
Like everything you're doing is patience. You put that money, like you said, you put it in there. You can't look at it every day.
Right.
You can't look at it every day. Now, what stocks do you favor besides what you use by? What's something that sticks out for you or one of your favorites?
Well, for me, because again, this goes to personal preference, because I am a little more aggressive with my investing. It would be something like the small caps. Hopefully they grow and give me a big return, but also dividend paying companies. And pretty much no matter, as long as they're a strong company and they haven't had dividend cuts or they're not on the verge of bankruptcy, you can't go wrong with dividend paying companies.
All right. Can you give us some examples? You need something to adapt.
Yeah, Kai can, because she has a whole list of them. Give me some examples. I can't think of off. Yeah, run down your list right here. Yeah.
Because I don't really I don't got my data on.
Suburban Propane is one that comes to mind. Yes, Suburban Propane, 8% dividend yield, which is so if you put that in perspective, where if you got a regular savings account, you got maybe it's a little more now, but last year was 0.05% interest rate, or if you get a certificate deposit right now, 5% is a high yield right now for a certificate of deposit. So you're getting 3% more guaranteed money off of Suburban Propane.
So this certificate, that's still a good investment thing, because I know when we was younger, it was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. For the people who don't want the ups and downs of the stock market, the real estate market, and it's just another vehicle. I wouldn't put it all in the certificate of deposit, but you definitely should have something like that in your portfolio.
And another dividend paying stocks locally that just came back to mind, B&G. He put me on B&G a couple months ago. It's like, what, an 8% dividend yield?
It was 8%, yeah, but it shot up, yeah.
So
the price of the stock went up, so now it's at 6% or something like that. So she getting dividend money every quarter. She getting paid a check every quarter. What a dividend is they give you portion of their profits, in the form of a check.
And you talking B&G, the pickle place?
Yes, I'm talking B&G. Yep. He put me on it, and I purchased some, and they started paying me dividends.
Wow.
And then the stock had good earnings, and the price appreciated. So now she gained money on the appreciation of the stock plus the dividends.
And you held that. You kept that you buried that.
Right.
That's what I be talking about.
That's that conversation I had with him.
You see how someone be like, it don't matter.
When I talk to you about my stocks thing, you don't be too
whatever
keen
information that comes to me that I know, and Simone can attest to this, want it or not, I will share.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Because she does not share. And I get on her all the time. I'm like, yo, I'll send her information. I'm like, yo, you should give it to somebody else. No. I'm like, well, it's not just for you, it's for your people that you might know that might find value in it.
I want to don't
check.
Be wanting to find value in anything.
Listen, I'm a firm believer. Each one teach one. That's the life that I try to live. Wow, that's crazy. Well, Simone, B&G is a pickle place back
like
home.
real pickles to eat.
Yeah, like they package them.
Well, they start off as cucumbers and they hurt when you put them in a jar.
Nobody.
But B&G is bigger than that though.
Yes,
B&G,
yes,
they own a lot of frozen foods that you might purchase in your local grocery store that you don't even know B&G owns.
This is true.
Learn something every day.
Right.
Gotta
she talking smack, but when I try to give her stock information, she
that's
not
different. B&G is specific. Like I know of them. I don't have money to just be gambling with some stocks, but B&G, like I'm familiar with that. I might be a little more intrigued. Maybe I'm putting my $5 away for B&G.
Right.
Yeah, well, Apple is a dividend stock. Walmart, Target, Ford. Ford's also a dividend. They're about 5% annual dividend right now. REITs, that's another way to get into real estate. is through REITs. Real Estate Investment Trust is what REIT stands for.
Okay.
They are companies conglomerates that buy like shopping malls and hospitals and stuff. They rent from companies that own the building, and then they disperse their income. That's another way to get involved in real estate is through REITs. If you don't have down payment money, you don't want to deal with.
You don't want to deal with the people.
Yeah, deal with people. Yeah.
Well, that's.
And they tend to pay higher dividend yields too. REITs.
That's a good segue into the next question. I heard you don't need money to invest in real estate. Is that true?
That is not true. You need money to invest in real estate because things tear up. People tear stuff up. So you definitely need money. Now to purchase real estate, you need money as well. So most time they're referring to they don't need their own money. So I bought a property and I took a loan for the down payment money. However, when I did the calculations, the money that was coming in, the rental income, was enough to pay for the mortgage, the loan, and have taxes, insurance, and have money left over for repairs. So I don't need any of my own money, but you need money, yes.
Oh, little word trickery there. So what's a good?
I'm sorry, I don't want to stop. I hate to, but Bank of America, I don't know if they're still doing it right now. For black people, they are having a zero down real estate purchase program, mortgage available.
Now, Bank of America has been a little tricky.
A little
Louis.
tricky. I read the headline. I didn't go too deep in it.
Yeah,
Right. I will say that.
At your own risk.
At your own risk.
At your own risk, people. Y'all have some good history there. But I mean, I guess if you can get it. So what's a good first time investment property?
Whatever you can afford to pay when your tenant doesn't.
Okay.
So that means now you don't have to worry about them. So that keeps the power in you on your side. So when you get a property and you stretch and you leverage to the point where if they move out, I don't know how I'm gonna pay the mortgage, then that's no good, right? That's no good because now you got to put up with that tenant that may be not such a good tenant.
Yeah.
But when you got the power and you can say if they leave, I'm okay for 2-3 months. Hey, I don't like what you said to me. Here's your 30-day notice.
Gotcha. Now, do you think that apartment complexes are a good investment option?
Definitely. However, they work on a whole different level when you start dealing with commercial properties like that. You're going to need a lot of money for repairs if that comes about. But your money definitely can be bigger because you have a lot more people. If one person moves out, you still got 20 other people paying you, right?
Right.
But it's a little tricky when you get up to the commercial part, as far as qualifying and things for that type of stuff. Because they want experience. The people that gives you the loan, they only want some kind of experience. Who's going to run the property, stuff like that. So now you're going to have, and most time you're going to have a property manager managing it for you. So now you got to find a good property manager, or they can rob you too. And you can have to fire them and find somebody else as you go through 5 or 6 property managers to find one good one.
Yeah. And that's something I don't think that, well, that's a couple of things that I don't think that people realize. Because we see, real estate, money.
Right.
But you got to have, like you said, people to fix the stuff. You got to have a manager. Because if you living in Philadelphia and you got somewhere in Florida. Right. That's a long commute.
It's a long commute. And now the price is so high and they talking recession and so in my thing is if market rent is $2,000 a month, but that's a struggle every month and they paying late.
Yeah.
Is it really worth it? Every month I'm like, I hope the check come. The check come. Versus having a little lower payment of rent. So instead of market's $2,000, I'm charging $15. But then on the other side, now what kind of people you gonna get when you lower the rent like that?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it's always a catch-22 with it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I got a three-parter. Give me your number one rule when it comes to preparing for retirement, buying stocks, and purchasing real estate. And we'll go with the retirement first.
Start. That's the number one rule.
Mhm.
Is to start. Stop. I wonder. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna try. Just do it.
And
Learn
believe
as you
it or
go.
not, once you start, you don't realize you're missing the money.
Mhm.
It just becomes natural, and you learn to live without it
Learn to
Yeah.
live
and
without
make the
it, yeah.
adjustments.
All right. What about buying stocks?
Again, this is toward people who don't know much about stocks. Buy what you use.
Mhm.
Can't go wrong with that. Buy what you use.
All right. Purchasing real estate.
Again, only buy it if you can afford to make payments if you don't have a tenant.
All right. So I have. Do y'all have any questions for Lewis? Is y'all Simone?
What is, so my job has 403B.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between that and then a 401k? Is there a difference?
Just the name, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't want to mislead you and say I know the entire difference of why they would call it, but it's just the name. They still take the money out your check. And they still give you a list of companies that you can put your money into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just the name as far as you concerned. It might be a different tax benefit for the company,
Mm-hmm.
but it all works the same.
All right, Kai, any questions you want to ask Lewis?
Nah, that's leave it.
All right, so advice to first-time homeowners. If somebody's about to buy or looking for their first house, what advice would you give them?
Don't buy a car after you buy the house. You know, most times you buy a car, you buy the house now. 'Cause when you buy the house, your credit good now, right?
Mhm,
So
yeah.
now you out here, you gonna finance the furniture. You gonna buy a new car. You gonna tear it up, right? So and then 6 years later, you like, dang. Now they got slips on your door.
Mm-hmm.
So just stay chill after you buy it. You know, put your money away, buy your house that you can afford, and just relax on that, and then let the other stuff come to you after you build. Put your 10% away. You build other things, but don't try to rush it too fast. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
I have a question. What
I'm
if
sorry,
you,
and when you get that house, first time home buyers, do not refinance and cash out refinancing once you see $30,000 equity. Don't do that. Don't do that.
what if you purchased a car, let's just say last year,
Mhm.
and now this year, it hadn't even been a year yet, and now you're looking to purchase a home? Should you wait another year or?
No. If you got the means to, by all means. You know, if you always wait for the perfect time, you'll never do it.
Right.
So, if you have the means to, and so, I guess you're asking that because interest rates are higher right now.
Mhm.
Is that so? If you can afford the house you get into right now, and the interest rates go down, then you can always not cash out refinance, but just refinance to the lower interest rate.
All right, and then one more last question for you. All right, so someone just lost their job, so they don't have any money coming in, and all that they have is their 401k. Would you advise them to tap into it, like cash it out, and then use what they have, or use a good number that's really important and hold the rest, or just try and find something else but don't tap into your 401k?
Well, of course you would want to try and find something else and hold off as long as possible. But if you have to, you have to. We still got to eat, we still got to keep a roof over our head. Now, when you get fired, switch jobs, you can roll that 401k over into an IRA, and which gives you a little bit more control over it. I would probably go Roth IRA because you normally could take the money out once you convert it into a Roth. I think you can take the money out with no penalties after a while.
Yeah, the Roth is my favorite because even though when you look at it, it's hard to look at, but they've already taken the taxes out.
Yeah, tax.
That's
Yeah.
the better option between the traditional, or that I think the traditional and the Roth, because it's like what you see is what you get.
Right,
Yeah.
gross tax free. Yeah. Now the only difference between them two, like I said in the beginning, is the taxes right now, the upfront taxes, how much you pay in taxes.
Yeah. And I think that you could take it out like a little earlier.
Yeah,
Like, there's, like,
after
59
5 years,
and a
you
half
can
or something.
you can take all the money you want that you contributed to,
Yeah.
not the gains.
All right. Are you up for a little game with us?
Yeah.
All
We don't
right.
like games.
All right. You guys, we're gonna play a little game. One word. Bringing the bringing the one word game back. For those who don't know, this is inspired by a game password from Jimmy Fallon. All right. So the trick, Lewis, is I'm gonna say a word and then you come with the opposite.
The opposite.
Opposite.
Or it's opposite or related to.
Okay.
All right. So y'all want to play?
Sure.
Yeah, give me an example. Start with
All
somebody else.
No.
We all go at the same time. We
Yeah.
talk
At
about
the same
stuff.
time.
We all
Okay.
going at the
Okay.
same. Someone you playing?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So the first word is 401k. Y'all keep your own score too.
Savings. Retirement. I won.
Because I don't know if we're doing opposite or the same as.
Yeah.
Because you said
She
so.
said opposite.
Opposite or relative to. It has. This is about finances.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just throw something else. Throw something out there. Sugar daddy.
Sugar baby.
Money.
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 Money. Wait, what is
No,
it?
he got it.
Oh.
All right, stop.
Bonds.
All right, investment.
Broker. Savings.
Investment.
Person.
Investment.
Money. Future.
Account.
Property. Social.
Worker.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Social.
Security.
Yes. All right, round 2. House.
Home.
Payments.
What?
House.
Mortgage.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Not shit. Who done studied up? She lost horribly last time. Annuity.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what annuity is? Oh,
No.
that annuity is an insurance thing that you buy through an insurance company, and it's kind of you pay money to them, and then they give you guaranteed money or lump sum money later on in life.
Okay.
All right, so just off of definition, I'm gonna give it to
Insurance.
Lewis. Oh, lump sum.
Oh.
All right, real estate.
Agent.
All right, buyer.
Property.
Seller.
Consumer.
Kaya. Diversity.
Equity. Inclusion.
Oh.
Kaya.
What was it?
Portfolio.
Oh.
All right, so the bonus round. Okay, Lewis. So there's letters C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Right? I say a word. You say a word that starts with the first one C. Next one D, E, F, so on and
Okay.
so forth. All right. Spare.
Key. Oh, wait. C.
Yeah, spare.
Car.
You went down to S. Hold on.
Spare.
So the answer will start with a C.
C,
That
yeah.
would say, okay.
Yeah.
Spare. Car.
Cash.
Cash.
Okay.
All right. S&P.
500.
S&P.
You got to start with a D.
That's all it is.
S&B. What?
S&P.
S&P.
Dividend.
The pickles.
Dow.
Down.
Yeah, oh, that's
All right. Next one is E. All right. Stock.
earnings.
Are y'all serious right now?
Yes.
Economy. Economy.
Exchange.
Oh.
All right. Next one is F. Past.
Future.
Yes. Next one is G. Lost.
Gone. Got
Lo-
it.
Lost.
Game.
Yes. This
Okay,
girl is
she's
smart.
Yeah, she's on it, yeah. Let me take you to jail. Yeah.
All right.
What
Next one
is?
is H. Market makers.
Home. House.
Y'all ain't getting that. Haircut.
What?
Next one is I. Percentage.
Index.
Increments.
Percentage.
Did that start with E?
Percentage.
I have no.
What percentage?
Interest.
Ah!
All right. Next one
Hey,
starts
it's so
with
simple. We overthink it. Ain't we?
Right.
Yo.
Next one is starts with a J. Account.
Joint.
Yes.
Mm.
Next one is K. Tax.
Key.
What is it?
Key.
Man, y'all ain't getting none either.
What is it?
Kitty. Next one is L, margin.
Margin.
Yes.
L.
Loss.
Leverage.
Leverage.
Oh my gosh.
I won.
You're supposed to be the expert over here. This girl don't
I
know.
won. I'm the expert.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I won.
So crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.